Hey guys, it's Topic Bricks here with another video. So in today's video we're going to be doing something quite fun, and that's reviewing set number 4729, Dumbledore's Office. And as you can tell just by looking at this set and how old it is, this is indeed very old. So old in fact that it's nearly older than me. This set is 20 years old and was released in 2002 for a retail price of $50, which back then was a hell of a lot of money, because $50 back in the day is worth $77 now. And we only got 3 minifigures, only one of them was unique, and we only got about 420 pieces. So if this set was released today at $50, pretend it's a more modern version, but 420 pieces and 3 minifigures, only one of them being unique, for $50, I would complain about the price. But the fact that this is, you know, back in 2002 and that $50 is now worth closer to $80, it just makes the price ridiculous. So I don't know what Lego was doing back then, but yeah, I do love this set. It's got a certain old Lego Harry Potter charm to it, which you can't really explain, but it's definitely there, and I think you know what I mean. If you wanted to get this set today, new and sealed, it's going to cost you a fortune. Even getting it used is going to cost you a lot. I do have the box, but the box is completely destroyed. It's just absolutely destroyed, so we won't be needing that. We've got the instruction manual though, and it's in pretty good condition, so that's good. And I've also got, interestingly, a poster which came in this set, and it basically just shows all the 2001 and 2002 sets combined together and basically what they look like, which is really cool. And here's another picture of the Harry Potter retail sets that were released around that time. Lego really need to do more posters like this. I think the 2021 20th anniversary wave was a perfect opportunity to do so, because it's the same principle. You buy all these 2021 anniversary sets and you put them all together to make a massive Hogwarts, which is basically what the poster was advertising. So they could have done posters again, but unfortunately they didn't. I remember they did posters in the Pirates of the Caribbean sets back in around 2010, 2011. They were really cool. But that's what I like about this set. It's got stuff like that, and it really gives you a throwback vibe. But that's about it for the introduction. Let's take a more detailed look at this set. Okay, so we're doing the minifigures now, and the first minifigure we'll be taking a look at is Harry Potter. So let's just get him in focus here. There we go. So this minifigure is quite basic. It comes in quite a few sets, and it's only worth about $5 today. But he's got no printing on his legs. It's all in light bluish grey. The torso has got like a reddy gold sort of trim to it, which is like chrome. I wouldn't say it's totally chrome, but like a satin colour. It does reflect the light really well. And the head has just got one-sided head, nothing on the back, no printing on the back either, as you can see. And the cape is just a standard cape that you've got in older Harry Potter sets with the little stars, as you can see. So a pretty standard minifigure here. The ones back in the day used to just be like the old lightsaber pieces essentially, but just filled in brown or black or white, whatever the colour the wand was. So we'll take a look at Dumbledore now. That is Dumbledore. I do really like this minifigure, and so do a lot of people, because this minifigure is worth $20 now. Now this minifigure wasn't exclusive to this set. He did come in the 2001 Hogwarts Castle, for instance. I'm not sure what other sets he came in. But he's got a little golden key here, which definitely is chrome, and that is very cool indeed. This minifigure does have leg printing, so let's a closer look at that. He looks to have like a pocket with something trailing from his belt here. The head is only one-sided again, but the underneath the beard, this is what the head looks like, which looks quite funny, because you don't really see this face very often because it's obviously hidden underneath the beard. The back printing is non-existent on this minifigure, so you can get the focus again. There we go. And the actual front printing is just, see if we can get focus again. Yep, so it's just purple. It's like he's wearing a purple dressing gown really. He's got the yellow sort of skin here, and it's just got basically just like a dressing gown, yeah. So a pretty cool minifigure. And there is one more minifigure in this set, which is also quite expensive today, and this is Professor McGonagall. So this is a $20 minifigure as well, so the total cost of the minifigures in the set is $45 in today's value. So she has the little golden patterns on her dark green dress, which reflects the light really well, similarly to the Harry Potter figure with the gold and red. I really like that. So obviously we have really cool leg printing here, and it's the same print essentially on her torso, nothing on the back, and it's the same with McGonagall, so you can get a look at that. It's a really nice print here. Face print one-sided, nothing on the back, and that's what the head looks like without the hat. She just wears a green hat, and the cape is just a normal green cape, no stars on it or anything like that, just like the Dumbledore one is purple, no printing on the back here. And yeah, pretty standard minifigure, but the minifigures are worth quite a lot these days, so let's take a look at the set. Okay, so taking a closer look at this set, this is how the set looks like when it's in its closed and narrow form. However, you can take this little key thing out. It's just a simple 3-piece design, or 4-piece design I should say. You take that out and you can open these compartments open to the side. One thing to note about this though is if you have the staircase open like this, how it's meant to be, you can't actually fully close it. This section on the right won't close, it'll be blocked by the staircase. Something to keep in mind, so you can't actually have the staircase open while the set is in its like fully open form. But we'll start off with the back. If I move the staircase aside, I'll move this over a bit. As you can see, there is a flap at the back. I'll try and move the light so you can see it a bit better. There's a little purple flap here where I'm pointing, and that can actually lift open, where you can join the staircase, put the minifigures through it, join the staircase, go up the staircase and up into Dumbledore's office, which we'll have a look at in a bit. But at the ground floor, there's nothing too much going on. You've got some bits and bobs here that you can take out of this sort of shelf. Like there's a little moon thing with some stars on it. There's also a money pouch piece that you can take off here, or like no, not a money pouch, a little pouch with a bone and a spider on it, which is pretty cool. And over here you've got a book which is just loose here, which falls off all the time. There's nothing in the book, but there is some printing on the book and on the side and on the back as well. And there is a little drawer or chest piece, really, I don't know what you'd call this, here, and all there is in here is a little letter, which could be a welcome letter to Hogwarts if you choose it to be so. So that's basically what's going on the bottom floor. We do have a second key. We get 2 keys in this set, both in chrome, which is a really cool piece. I really like this piece. But if we have a look upstairs, if I move this camera upwards, there we go. So it does look quite small, but these can be extended outwards as well. And in here you basically have Dumbledore's chair right here and his desk. His desk can be lifted up, but is there something here? I think there is something here. What is that something? Let's have a look. So it's just a little book piece. Okay, that's pretty cool. Very much different than the other book that's downstairs, but it's a 1x1 tile with a book print on it. So that is very peculiar. Can't really get a focus of that, it's a bit too small. But that is there. At the back there is some printing over here, and this piece can be swiveled around to just show a normal like back wall with some red and green glass right there. But yeah, it's a pretty simple upstairs. You basically just get a desk and a chair, and that's really all that's going on. If we do point the camera a little bit more up, you can see the very, very top, which again, nothing is going on. You can pose minifigures, I guess, at the top of this balcony section, though I'm not really sure, you know, you'd be stretching really to be doing that, but it can be done. I guess if you want to have Harry or whoever looking over the balcony, you know, you can do that. But this balcony section, you have a sort of spinny thing, which, again, I don't know what this is for. And you also have a piece that can be pushed inwards and out from the outside or the inside. Just this piece moves, it isn't focused anywhere, it's not fixed in place. But that's basically all that's going on here. There's nothing really too much happening. You've just got a very simple, very tall Dumbledore's office build. I think what would have made this set better is if it wasn't just Dumbledore's office. Maybe the top of it was Dumbledore's office, and at the bottom section we got the trophy room or the room of requirement or something along those lines. But I guess, okay, we couldn't have got the room of requirement because that wasn't really a thing back in 2002, but we could have got the library or even a trophy room. Yeah, that would have been a good idea actually, rather than just kind of nothing going on at the bottom. But yeah, not really too much going on with this set, but I do still quite like it. So let's go into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts, it's very hard to be too harsh on this set, even though I do have a lot of criticisms, because this is 20 years old. We have to keep that in mind. But like I say, when it comes to the value of this set, it was horrific back in 2002. The minifigures selection as well is pretty disappointing. The minifigures we do get are good, Harry, Dumbledore and McGonagall, and to be fair, when it comes to Dumbledore's office, I can't really think of many minifigures that you could really include apart from those three in Dumbledore's office, because what minifigures or characters in the Harry Potter films are associated with Dumbledore's office back in 2002? We only had 2 films at that point. We had The Chamber of Secrets and The Philosopher's Stone, and the only characters who really appeared in Dumbledore's office was those 3. I'm pretty sure we may have had Snape or something at that point, but the minifigure selection I'm not knocking at all. It's just merely the price of $50 back in 2002 for just 3 minifigures and 420 pieces. This set should have been about $30 back in the day, 100%, because obviously $50 back in 2002 is $77 now. So for value, I'm not going to give this a high score. Let's put it that way. The actual set itself, I think the bottom section is so much wasted space. We get a massive staircase, which is great, which is exactly what you'd want, but there's no big gargoyle build or anything like that, which you'd want as well. And the rest of it, we get like a little shelf with some stuff on it, and we get like another shelf thing which a book lies on. There's just nothing that interesting really on the bottom floor. And when it comes to the top floor, we get 2 things. We get a desk and a chair. That's it. I guess the balcony thing is cool, though I'm not sure it's intended for it to close and to be able to put a minifigure here, because you're literally putting it on one plate. It doesn't really fit there, but I guess it can fit there at the same time. I'm not sure if that's intentional. I imagine it maybe was, but there's a lot of like play features, like this play feature which does absolutely nothing. There's a spinny thing here inside. I guess this sort of moves around, but they don't actually add anything to the set. There's a lot of play features, a lot of hidden compartments with a 1x1 tile book thing in it, for example. That doesn't add anything to the set. It's something there, but it doesn't make the set any better, in my opinion. It's almost underwhelming. But I think people like kids are going to love that sort of stuff. They're going to love those little Easter eggs, and maybe the teenagers as well. So I'm going to give this set a score based on everyone's age. I'm going to give them a score based on if they're a kid, a teenager, an adult. Then I'll give a rating on its value and then an overall average score. So for the K-Fold score, which is ages 0 to 12, I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. Because it's a pretty good set for kids. They're going to have a lot of fun. The downside, and what doesn't make it a 4 out of 5, because I would have given this a 4 out of 5 for the kids, because I do really like the set. It's only 3 minifigures, and kids really like minifigures. For teenagers, I think they're going to be disappointed in the build actual aesthetic, because I think teenagers care more about the build aesthetic than children do. and are not going to be more as entertained with the play features, because again, they're not really play features. They don't really, they're interactive features, but they're not play features, if you know what I mean. They don't really add anything to the set. But I think because of the minifigures we get a unique McGonagall figure, which is only in this set, and we get a pretty rare Dumbledore figure. I'll give this a 3 out of 5 as well for teenagers. I'm trying to think, like, imagine if this was 2002. That's what I'm giving the ratings on. For AFOLs, I can't give it out. I'll give it a 2 out of 5 for AFOLs. I can't give it a 3 out of 5 because AFOLs obviously are 18 plus, and they're really going to care about the aesthetic. And this set, it does work well if you've got the other Hogwarts expansion sets back in 2002, but as a standalone, it doesn't really look too great, especially today. But even in 2002, I can't imagine this being an amazingly aesthetic build. I'll give it a 2 out of 5. I'm not going to be too harsh on it. But then for value, I've got no choice but to give this a 1 out of 5. Again, $77 in today's money for 420 odd pieces and 3 minifigures. That should be a $30, maybe $40 set in today's money, which would have been $20, $30 back in 2002. $50 retail price is ridiculous. So that gives it an overall of 2.25. That's the average of all the scores, if I'm not mistaken. 2.25 out of 5. So it's about middle of the pack, which I think is a fair rating, honestly. But I really like this set. To me personally, it's a 5 out of 5 because it's an old Lego Harry Potter set, and I have a massive bias, and you know, that's just my view. But I'm giving these reviews based on me being completely unbiased, as you know, proper and as determined to be unbiased as I can be, and that's, I think, a fair score, taking away that I love Harry Potter. This is a pretty bang average set, because it has a lot of drawbacks, but I do love it, like I say. So, you know, what can I say about that? But yeah, that about wraps up this video. Special thank you to Tommy C Bricks and Brightest Witch Bricks for being tier 2 and tier 3 members of the channel. All the other members will be on the screen now listed. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Bye for now.